Name is Lewis Rowlands and I am a nutritional balancing practitioner. Now a little bit about me, I set up a Rewilders group on Facebook to explore the idea of rewilding yourself. Now I think one of the biggest problems people have with that idea is they instantly hear the word wild and think, we need to get back, or this person's trying to get us back into box shelters. Which is not the case, really. So the main reason why I set up this Rewilders group was to, like I said, to explore the idea of taking some of the knowledge and the practices and the way of living from ancestral life ways and integrating them into the future or the present, and possibly trying to create a new future, a new human, or as Arthur Haynes likes to call it, a neo-Aboriginal, a new Indigenous. And I really like that idea, and I feel that it's worth exploring. Now, a few years ago, unfortunately, I was pretty sick. I had around 30-40 different symptoms. I suffered from extreme burnout, extreme chronic fatigue, extreme brain fog and detachment, and I had various skin problems, headaches, visual snow, insomnia, liver problems, gut issues, candida. I mean, you name it, I had it. And it was mainly due to poor lifestyle choices, not really feeling like I fit into the world, so I was doing detrimental things. And I was very driven. I had a driven personality, which is not very good if you have adrenal burnout, etc. And eventually I found a healing method that basically healed me from all of these symptoms, and it took me a long time to recover. It took me around 5 years. It's been around 6 years now since I've started the healing regime. And one of the things I learned from that process is I learned how to heal myself, and I learned how society doesn't really have your best interests at heart. And I learned various different things about spirituality and truth, and what it means to be human, and all this kind of stuff. And I naively thought that if I was to fix my health problems, then everything would be fine, and I would be happy, and I could lead a normal, productive life. And what happened was I became healthier and became more aware of my personality and the person that I really am, and all these kind of things. And I looked around me, and it was clear to me that there was something seriously wrong still with civilization. It didn't make me happy. Obviously I had a much better quality of life from getting over them problems, but it made me open my eyes even more to some of the other issues we had. Things like the destruction of family units. Why are people feeling more lonely? The lack of community in people's lives. The lack of kind of mental stimulation that you find from going outside in nature. A spiritual connection that we seem to have lost by being in offices and homes. A sense of place, a deep connection to the land, a sense of purpose. People are searching around for this idea of purpose, and that I question that a lot. What's all that about? Is it an innate feeling of emptiness? Is the reason why we feel like we need to find a purpose? And all these questions kind of came up, and after stewing on them for a while and meditating, it made me realise that one of the biggest problems that we've got is we've lost our connection, or we've lost some of the ancestral life ways that used to provide support for all of these systems that we're now struggling with. So I, kind of feel like I've, cracked the whole physical healing and mental healing to some degree, and even spiritual healing. But now there's this feeling inside of myself that wants to look outwards a little bit and to find all these different feelings of emptiness that I feel that you can get from reconnecting with your environment, from reconnecting with your land, from finding a tribe, from deep connection with nature and with animals and bird songs and tracking and all this kind of stuff. I feel like it's something that we're missing, and I feel like my exploration that I've done so far, going out into nature more, finding good quality friends that have your best interests at heart, building a small community around me, learning about the land, learning about food growing, has given me a lot of benefits. So to me, it's kind of saying that what I'm exploring here is worth a lot, and it feel like it's something to carry on doing. So luckily for me, for the past 6 years, I've been navigating my life and changing things around, which has allowed me to be in quite a fortunate position. I have created this myself. So the position that I'm in now is that I have basically free time to be able to explore this, and I want to put it to good use. Now, one of the things that I'm aware of is there isn't some 101 kind of course or anything to go on to necessarily teach me about the steps that I need to do in order to reconnect myself with all of these different elements that I believe is important for human health and happiness. So I've come to the realization that the best thing for me to do is to kind of create my own curriculum based upon my feelings, based upon basically what my soul's telling me at moments in time, and for me to document this and to put it out there into the world, and hopefully people seeing this will give them some help and maybe some advice and some kind of knowledge. But as I say, I've come a long way in my own healing journey, and I do have a YouTube channel that's fairly popular. If you're interested in the health side of things, which is more to do with how to physically, I suppose the word would be undomesticate ourselves, then search on YouTube for a channel called Deep Healing Space, and you'll find that I have an array, over 250 videos, me and a friend of mine, a business partner, and we delve into all sorts of different things on how to heal the mind, body and soul, which I've been doing for the past 6 years. But basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold myself accountable on this YouTube channel, and specifically direct this channel more to the idea of rewilding, of connection with the land and with the community, and just delving deep into this Garden of Eden that we've separated ourselves from. Interesting that that's in the Bible, that the universe, God kind of in a way figured it all out for us initially with the Garden of Eden, and man separated itself from that truth. And in many ways, I can feel that there is a need to return to that way of living, but with a new mindset, because obviously we can't all return to the wild. So there needs to be a new way forward, a new human, a new indigenous. And I know that there's a lot of people on the internet that are into this, still trying to find people in the UK. So without a mentor really, or without a guide or a booklet or anything, really, it's up to me to kind of carve my own path. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and update this YouTube channel with my own journey into that, which should be interesting. So at the moment, I've wrote down a few things that I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do them for, let's say, 30 days and see how it goes. none of this is set in stone. It's all new to me, and I'm going to ease my way into it and basically see how it goes. So the first thing on my list is I'm going to assess my finances. There's a lot of things that I buy and I have subscribed to, and I don't think too much when I buy things, how much it costs and stuff. And I'd like to think, well, from my own experience, a lot of the things in life that are good are free. The best things in life are free. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. Friends, family, going out in nature, swimming in lakes, music, all this kind of stuff is what really fills me up, and lo and behold, it's free. So if I want to become more self-reliant and self-sustainable, and have the time to really delve deep into this, then I need to be a bit more frugal with my finances. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my finances and basically see what I can cut out, and whenever I'm shopping, I'm going to try and just be aware of what I'm buying. Can I potentially get this from elsewhere for free? Can I barter? Can I make it? Soaps, shampoos, all that kind of stuff. Can I make this myself? Toothpaste. Can I carve, cutlery or whatever? Is that something I'm able to do? So that's my first point. The second thing I want to try and do is maybe try and recreate, or at least investigate or experiment with how we used to live at night. So, I haven't researched it too much, but a lot of people used to sit around campfires and play songs and turn off technology. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and turn off technology at night time, or at least significantly reduce it, and find ways to substitute my time. So one of the things that I want to do is make more fires in the garden, for example. And I've always wanted to learn guitar. So I'm really going to try and learn guitar at night time, maybe under candlelight or whatever, because it's got quite cold in England. So I'm not sure whether I can go out and have fires every night. Another thing I've realised is that I've been buying firewood, which is expensive, and maybe I can investigate trying to find firewood from elsewhere. That would be good. That would be a self-reliant approach to things. So that's my second point. Third point is to try and reduce the time I spend on smartphones for various reasons. I think a lot of people's feelings of disconnection is because we're so connected into this false reality, and we need to cut ourselves off from that and force ourselves to actually form real connections with people. A lot of the time people are just scrolling through little snippets of people's lives that are not even real, and they can compare themselves to other people, which is unhealthy. They feel that they're connecting with people over this tech thing, and it's not connection at all. So I've got like a little cheap phone that I can use it to send messages or to call people if I need to, because I feel like it is useful to a degree. So that's my third point, what I'm going to try and do. The fourth one, I'm going to try and learn a local plant every day. So I'm going to try and get out and find a new plant that I haven't seen before, and I ID it myself and learn about it, read up on it. Maybe it's used for medicines, maybe there's some folklore or some mythology attached to it. So that would be an interesting start. Maybe I want to do a minimum of one per day, but obviously, if I could do 5 if I had some time. So that's my other point. And the final point, as I am going to learn what plants can be foraged for in this month. So I'm just going to focus on this month and delve deep into that, see what's about, see if there's anything I can find in my immediate environment. I'm not necessarily going to eat them, because I have my own views on health these days. So, but it's not the point. It's more of the point of understanding your environment, getting to know these life force energies that have synergized with your DNA for millions of years. You know, they're your real family in many ways, not this kind of fabricated, whitewashed wall that we find ourselves in for the vast proportion of our days. All right, cool. Well, that's everything. Hope you can subscribe to the channel and update yourself with what I've been getting up to. Hopefully I'll keep doing the videos and it will be a good little asset for people to kind of help them or guide them in their own journey into nature engagement and the whole idea of rewilding. So thanks for watching. If you're interested in health, how to detoxify, how to improve your fatigue issues, all that kind of stuff, then obviously check out my other YouTube channel, which is called Deep Healing Space. Apart from that, my name's Lewis Rowlands, and thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye.